David Starkey strikes again after a video from 2012 resurfaces where some jumped up lefty little challenges him and then complains when she's losing the fight.
We're setting up a false dichotomy here between Britishness and Englishness. They're not
There's
at
an
all.
absolute dichotomy. The two are completely different. There is a historic English identity which goes way back before the concept of Britain. Also, this notion of England, or indeed Britain, as uniquely a nation of immigrants is preposterous. That every European country is a blend. Of course it is. There are two great differences.
I believe you have a house in America, Mr. Starkey.
I have a
Professor
house in
Starkey.
America.
First of all, where the fuck did that come from? It's like he's talking about something completely unrelated. Is the point that she's trying to make with that question there? Oh, well, if you're so British, why have you got an house in America? Is that the point she's trying to make? Because it's lost on me. I think it's lost on him as well.
I have a
Professor
house in
Starkey.
America.
I was wondering, where are you domiciled for tax purposes?
I am domiciled here and I pay full taxes. And can I just say,
He's about to erupt. He's about to erupt. And the answer that he gave there was just wasn't the one she was hoping for, was it? Right now, she's like, he pays his taxes in Britain. He's domiciled here. What am I going to do now?
here and I pay full taxes. And can I just say, as you have chosen to be personal and invidious, let me share a little story with you. One of the great things that is essential to Britishness is a sense of public duty, that you do things for nothing with organisations that can't pay. Ms. Penny, who has been advertising these great left-wing virtues, and I, were due to debate for a very impoverished little society called the Thomas Paine Society on the virtues of a republic on the one hand and a monarchy on the other. I was prepared to do it for free. She insisted on trying to charge such a large fee that the event had to be cancelled. Now,
Well. And here we have a wonderful, glorious real-life example of what I call virtuenomics, which is essentially the economics of virtue signalling, where you say all the right things, you have all the correct approved opinions, and you chastise those that are wealthy and that have generated wealth for themselves and are conservative or whatever it may be, and extol the virtues of left-wing virtue, like he's just said there. But when it comes to the brass tacks, when it comes to real life situations, do you put your money where your mouth is? Do you live by the example you believe other people should set? Are you a hypocrite? And we're about to find out the answer to that, aren't we? I do half love Dave.
Event had to be cancelled. Now, I think that is as mean and grasping as some runt comedian, and I will not be lectured to by a jumped-up public school girl like you. I came from the bottom, and I will not have it.
Excuse me.
That's just how fantastic. It's like, I mean, you know, is it male aggression? I've seen in the comments that people are accusing him of being aggressive. I mean, that's like, if you've ever been taught by a history teacher and told off by a history teacher, that's about as aggressive as it gets. You know, the sort of pointing. But I love the poise of the point. It's fantastic, and she's being told off. You silly little girl. That's essentially what he's saying. But we all know the card that she's going to pull, don't we? Let's just appreciate it again.
Schoolgirl like you. I came from the bottom, and I will not have it.
Excuse me. May I respond to that?
Please do.
I think I deserve a right of reply to that. Personally feel that asking to be paid...
Did you or did you not do what I've just said?
I was going to respond to that, but...
Why not do it straight away? Did you or did you not claim such a large fee that the event had to be cancelled?
No, I didn't, Mr.
Well,
Starkey.
then every member of the committee is lying, and you, clearly as usual, are telling the truth.
No, this is not what was said to me.
I have emails. That wonderful, wonderful method of tracking.
No, I don't think. Actually, I don't think I'm going to respond to it. One of the reasons the event was cancelled partly because they couldn't find a speaker in time because they were trying to fly me out, and part of the reason that the cost for that on top of my being asked to be paid for 2 days' work because I actually don't earn very much.
Yeah. Because I'm such a pauper and I don't own very much. Also, a few things. I love the fact that I hope that what he's carrying around is a little wine glass with white wine in it. Because in a minute you're going to see him pour. It could be a glass bottle of water, but it's a wine glass. And I hope and pray that he's actually drinking wine whilst handing her arse to her. Also, she's picked this fight. She's started this fight, and it's just not going well for her, is it? He has the receipts, and if you look at her facial expressions, the facial expressions that she's expressing, it reminds me of when a kid has been found out, and you're telling them off, and you've worked out what they've done, and you're telling them what they've done, and it's this kind of like, there's kind of like a smile, but it's like a, oh no, you've found out the bad thing that I've done. Let me get it to the point that I mean. It's a very specific moment where he's like, did you or did you not? Here, no, look at her face here.
Event had to be cancelled.
No, I didn't, Mr.
Well,
Starkey.
then every member of the committee is lying, and you clearly, as usual, are telling the truth.
No, this is not what was said to me.
I have emails. That wonderful, wonderful method of tracking.
No, I don't think. Actually, I don't think I'm going to respond to it. One of the reasons the event was cancelled partly because they couldn't find a speaker in time because they were trying to fly me out, and part of the reason that the cost for that on top of my being asked to be paid for 2 days' work because I actually don't earn very much.
They had two pretty good speakers. Already.
Well, no, she backed out because she wasn't being paid.
Anyway,
sorry, excuse me.
We're running over time, but I want to come back. To
I really don't appreciate being stood on stage to be.
He's downing it.
Personally attacked and having a finger jabbed in my face.
I want to come back to Englishness versus Britishness, but Vivian.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but I think the point about
Laurie.
I think.
Right, there. The question is that wine or is that water? And I think we all want it to be wine, don't we?
I'd like to say something about Britishness in terms of what's just gone on here, which I feel like we've been moving on very quickly from. But I attempted to make a point and had a person on this panel shouting and pointing in my face, and in fact the point that Professor Starkey raised about my dropping out of a panel where we were due to speak together, my main reason for doing so is that I didn't want something like that to happen.
How infuriating, and as is typical of the leftist ideology. At the earliest opportunity, play the victim card, and that's all she has left now. She can't win on substance. She tried to catch him out with where you domiciled for tax, domiciled in Great Britain. Yeah, the pointing. It's not ideal, but let's just state a couple of facts about David Starkey. He's an elderly gay historian. He's about as threatening as an elderly gay historian. So, she's fine. What I love, though, the most about this particular clip is he's just checked out now. He's like, it's almost, it's like he's there, but he's done with her. You're, as far as he's concerned, she is cooked. You're done.
I felt that I was being set up to be attacked, and part of the reason I decided to. This is a difficult thing to say, and it's easier to say to event organisers that you're going to charge a ridiculous sum of money and be asked, and not necessarily ridiculous, but be asked to go
Right.
on the other.
At this point, it's just a word soup, isn't it? At this point, it's just a word soup. But now we're going to hear the audience's view. And this is a different world. This is 14 years ago, Britain, and I feel like although civilization peaked probably in the 2000s before the pervasive nature of smartphones and the internet, the 2012 is still quite close to that. So it's a good reflection that the audience challenge her and remind her of the order of events this evening.
On the other, excuse me. I haven't finished my point. I haven't finished my point. My point is that this is what debates like this come down to. There's a civil way of putting putting racial prejudice. There is also I'm sorry.
Okay, Laurie. I want a final word.
I wanted to say that there's a violence inherent in this discussion, and it comes out very, very easily.
You started it. That's the problem.
You started it.
He is a racist.
Yes.
He makes money.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Okay, I think what we're going to do at this.
Essentially, they end the speak there, but whoever that woman is, just reminding her, listen, you started this. If you pick a fight with someone and you lose the fight, suffer the consequences. That's the way of the world. Don't start talking about inherent violence and being a victim and whinging and whining like a child. The winner here is David Starkey, and it's proven by the fact that he's not even acknowledging her anymore. It's like she doesn't even exist.
Point is call a halt to proceedings. I'm sure the debate is going to go on. Thank you very much to our panel. If you could show your appreciation to our panel. Thank you very much.
The lesson is, folks, don't pick a fight if you can't win.